Good morning, it's Camo with the Nashville Access Facebook show presented by Solace North Gulch Apartments, where taste matters. My guest today is Tiffany Nixon.
Hi.
Tiffany is an author, and we thought we'd get you on because we don't get as many authors as I'd like. We've had authors, but they've also been artists, so they've written books that go along with their music. You're the first pure writer that we've had on the show. You have written a kid's book called Susie Longlegs, and it's an anti-bullying book. Where did this come from?
Well, let's see. As a child, I got bullied and teased and picked on because I attended church, and like all the kids would make fun of me because I would wear like long dresses, long socks. I always had to attend church. When my friends were going to like sleepovers, I was going to church and stuff like that. So kids would tease me. I would run home crying to my mom about that, and I don't know. And then I started writing when I was 14. I would write poems and songs and plays and stuff like that. But I was a child then. But as I got older, I knew I wanted to keep writing and stuff, and I came up with Susie Longlegs.
Well, let me hold this up there so people can see what we're talking about. That's the book. That's cool. Lots of big print. That's good for older people too.
Yes,
it's for the grandparents.
Yes, and I also have it in hardback too.
The art is really neat.
I drew all those pictures.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, artist and author. That's really good. Multi-talented. So the bullying message has come. Sorry, allergies. Has come from a part of your past and experience. Yeah. Does it still affect you?
Yes, it does a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it does a little bit. And then it not only affects me, it affects my children too. Yeah. Because they have came to me telling me that kids are picking with them, trying to take their lunch money and stuff like that. So it not only affects me, it affects my children too.
I kind of, when I hear about bullying, I always compare it to when I was a kid, and part of me says, well, let's teach kids how to deal with it rather than trying to stop the bullying, because it's like criminals. They're always going to be there. You can't make them go away. But it's getting kids to understand how to cope. It's a temporary situation. Be strong about it. Learn how to fight back. Is that still the case today?
No, it's not. Bullying and stuff like our time and your time and my time is way different. It's like the kids would pick on you, say nah, and that was it. But now these days, kids are getting bullied so much they're taking their lives. They're committing suicide. Like they can't handle it so much they're committing suicide. So when they commit suicide, their friends are committing suicide too. So the cycle is not going to stop. So that's what my book is about too. Like I teach kids how to have self-love and stuff, not just dealing with bullying, but being able to handle being bullied too.
So your book addresses that. I don't want to say attacks that.
Owns VMH Publishing, so she helped me do a lot with this book, like a whole lot with it. So,
It's nice. It's a nice package too, because it's big. So
the pictures and characters are very different,
and it's written so I can understand it, which I really like.
Even adults can even read this book because adults still get bullied too, peer pressure.
And it comes with the cute little backpack you
because like anything in Nashville and anywhere else, you have to have the merch and everything behind it. We'll get to that later. Do you find that suicide with kids can be really related directly to somebody bullying them?
Yes, I think so, because kids are not just committing suicide just because like they don't have like material stuff or anything. Like it's the bullying, because it's embarrassing. Like if you get bullied in school, then sometimes these kids, they put it on the internet and everybody can see it.
Yeah, because
so that's embarrassing and kids can't handle it.
That is a different dimension
too.
to when we grew
Growing up.
Somebody would tease you or, threaten to beat you up and get your milk money.
And the next day you go, is everything okay? But now you get bullied in school, it's on the internet.
And it stays, and it grows,
It's embarrassing.
and it gets huge. Are there a number of factors to that, though? Is it's obviously bully and bullied, but it would never have occurred to me that bullying would be. But does that then become abuse?
Well, it can be like verbal, I think. Like verbal and physical abuse is kind of like different, but I think it can be verbal, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
How long did it take you to kind of get the concept and then write the book and
like,
do all the illustration for the book as well?
Illustrations, that's the longest part right there, the illustration, because like the illustrator, you have to make sure their schedule is on time and they can do this and do that, but it only took me 1 month to write it.
That's not
it only takes me like 1 month to write a book.
When you're doing these kind of things, if you were doing a novel, that would be...
I'll say I have another book
writing
too.
it in a month would be something you would do.
Probably, I say 2 months for a novel, because I have 2 other adult books, but I haven't released those yet, so it took me like 2 months. I just wanted to put this out first because it was more important.
And this gets your foot in the door for the publishing kid. Is that, obviously, do you have you work at another job?
Well, I work at another job, like doing telemarketing and stuff, but that's not what I want to do.
No, but it's doing this in addition to your job.
Not really. They both like different fields. Yeah.
But when you've had a long day at work, do you feel like then coming home, I've got to write?
Sometimes. They're proud of me. Yep.
How old are they?
Let's see. My oldest is 16, then I have a 12-year-old, and then I have 5 kids, y'all.
You barely look over 16.
Yes. I have a 16-year-old, 12-year-old, a set of twins that are 2 and they're brats, and a 3-year-old. So they are, and the twins and my other son, when they get the book, they always fight over, like, no, give it to me, no, it's mine. So they always fighting over the book. They love it.
Did they all ask for autographed copies?
If they ask for that, oh my God, I think I'm going to teach them how to write next.
So do your kids come home and have these bullying issues? And when they do, how do you cope with it?
Well, they did. Like around last year, my daughter kept telling me like a little boy kept picking with her and stuff like that. And I could tell like something was. Watch their kids. They don't know when their kids are being bullied. So I would say watch your kids and know, because kids hold in a lot of stuff. That's why a lot of kids commit suicide, because they feel that they can't come to their parents or any adult and tell them about it. And so they do what they feel like they have to do.
Do you think parents in schools don't give kids coping mechanisms? They don't teach how to cope with...
No, they don't.
And again, I mean, I go back to when I was a kid, and they didn't then either, but there weren't
No
as many
counseling,
people.
no nothing. On and on, I think. That's my definition.
So teasing is more of an occasional
Yeah, I think
thing,
so.
or an opportunistic kind of thing. And bullying is a
like, I'll take your candy, give me your lunch money, make somebody feel down, make somebody feel like they have to abide by your rules of what you're saying, so I think so.
Do you think if parents in schools taught that coping mechanism,
A lot would change.
that it would avoid a lot of...
That the schools need to have that in school, like some kind of class teaching kids not to be bullies, or if they're being bullied, how to accept, being bullied, or stuff like that. They don't have that in schools. Like if a child gets to fighting with another child, they automatically suspend the kids. They don't have meetings with the parents or nothing. And then
nowadays, kids could care less whether they're
and then the next day, whenever they return to school, the problem isn't solved. They might get into another fight. So yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of things at play there.
Yeah.
I've noticed it seems to be a common thread. Again, going back to the root causes of bullying and how parents and schools can do something about that. Do you think that's a thing too? Because people aren't going to church like they used to. And people, when you say, "Oh, I have to find my special purpose," that can sound really, hippie and strange.
Yeah.
But put into another term, it's I had to have a hamster to power my turntable. We didn't even have electricity. And I really did have to walk 2 miles to school in the snow.
See, kids, they're very blessed these days. Really, that's a long way. Did you get tired?
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to be.
Right, yeah, you had to, yeah.
And I say it sounds like a joke, but
Yeah,
when I grew up in a small town in southern Ontario, and it was 2 miles to school, and if the buses weren't running because of snow, the schools still had to stay open. So my father always said,
Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
I call myself that.
Okay, so let's get back to the book. Where can people get the book?
Well, they can get it in Barnes & Noble or Amazon.com.
That's neat.
Or they can also DM me or visit TiffanyNixon.com and they can send me a message or something like that.
And you're on Instagram and Facebook at author Tiffany Nixon.
Show the cute little.
Okay. There's the book, and then we've got the merch.
And I have the shirts.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of making all this stuff.
We'll get to that in a minute. We're just focusing on the
What's it say at the bottom? Teaching self-love and anti-bullying. Okay.
with bullying.